So the author is dead. Have you ever read a book, watched a movie, listened to a song, and thought, what did the creator really mean by this? What if I told you that the author's intentions might not matter at all? That's the idea behind the death of the author, a groundbreaking concept in literary theory that changed how we think about art and interpretation. The phrase, the death of the author, comes from a 1967 essay by French literary critic Roland Barthes. In it, Barthes argues that once a work of art, whether it's a novel, poem, painting, it's released into the world, it no longer belongs to its creator. Instead, it belongs to you, the reader or the viewer. The author's intentions, biography, opinions, they are irrelevant. What matters is how you interpret the work. Think about it. When you read a book, your understanding of it is shaped by your own experiences, emotions, and perspectives, not necessarily what the author had in mind. For example, J.K. Rowling may have written Harry Potter with certain themes in mind, but fans around the world have interpreted the series in countless ways, from political allegories to explorations of mental health. According to Barth, those interpretations are just as valid, if not more so, than the author's original intent. Barth was declaring authors' authority over their work is dead. Once a work is out there, it becomes a living, breathing entity open to infinite interpretations. One famous example of this idea in action is T.S. Eliot's poem, The Waste Land. Eliot himself admitted he drew inspiration from countless sources. Critics could endlessly debate what he meant, but Barth would say it doesn't matter. Each reader brings their own lens to the poem, finding new layers of meaning based on their unique perspective. It democratizes art. Instead of relying on experts or creators to tell us what something means, it empowers us, the audience, the readers, to engage with works creatively and personally. Think about how fans reimagined Star Wars characters or gave depth to sideline figures like Loki or Harley Quinn. These interpretations thrive because the original creators aren't seen as gatekeepers. They are just contributors to a larger conversation. Some argue that ignoring the author entirely erases important context. For instance, knowing Harper Lee's background growing up in the segregated South adds richness to Kill a Mockingbird. George Lucas famously disowned many fan theories about Star Wars. Does that invalidate those readings? Not necessarily, but it shows how complex the relationship between creators and audiences can be.